welcome to November's full moon talk and meditation. So obviously the full moon, it is this evening. If I'm quite correct, we're on Monday and it's the 27th of November, and the full moon actually happened at 4:16 a.m. this morning. The full moon in Gemini, so that's what's illuminating the sky at the moment. And it's quite a powerful full moon. And the full moons anyway, they provide an opportunity to connect with your inner self. A lot of people confuse what you're meant to do in the different cycles. I obviously do these for the new moon and the full moon each month. But these lunar events occur every month, carry a lot of emotions and can help you access your intuition. So if you're looking for answers to problems, this month's full moon could help you uncover the hidden truths. So the cycle began back on the 18th of this month, from memory. And you should be able to, the full moon is when you've got to be content. Look back at what you've achieved as the moon was growing, as it was waxing towards the full moon. Remember to say some problems don't have a solution, or if you're not ready to accept what's being communicated, you kind of ignore it. Most answers come when the timing is right, and you can't rush divinity. But instead of endlessly searching for a sign that you're on the right path, the full moon wants you to get comfortable calling the shots, even if you're still finding your voice. But you can use the full moon to help you. Full moons have a magnetic and mystical aura surrounding them, and for good reason. And the moons affect the tide, and we're made up predominantly of water. So you can see how that can affect us. I'm sure everyone knows what a full moon is anyway, but it's completing a cycle. So when we're leading up to the full moon, that's what time for manifesting. It's now the time for evaluating how far we've come and seeing what we need to get rid of as it prepares to wane. Because we're at the halfway point of the lunar cycle, which takes 28 days to move through each of the moon's phases. So a full moon, that occurs when the sun and the moon oppose each other in the sky, marking a period of reflection, as I just said. In astrology, the sun symbolises the heart and ego, while the moon represents the core of your being. When the moon opposes the sun in the night sky, it's a chance to separate your ego from your emotions. Full moons are infamous for bringing these things to light that have been hidden or ignored. So stay open to new perspectives and information. So what can you expect from this month's November's full moon in Gemini? This month, the full moon in Gemini will form a square aspect to Saturn and Neptune in Pisces, and a tense conjunction with warrior planet Mars. When Mars, which is aggression, and Saturn, which is karma, get involved in the emotional affairs of the moon, you should watch what you say. Neptune will send rumours flying through the sky. That doesn't mean they're all true. And if you start repeating things without fact checking them first, you could end up paying the price. What complicates this full moon is the instability of Mercury preparing to station retrograde at the end of the month. Its pre-shadow period lasts for 3 weeks and will slowly contort communication. During the days leading up to and following the full moon, your objective is to mind your own business and avoid petty drama if you want to keep out of trouble this month. This full moon in Gemini, it makes a T-square with Mars and Saturn, limiting the ability to manifest. But it's not the right time for the manifesting, it's the time for reflection. So not only could your words get misconstructed, but you're also less likely to get a favourable result from your spell work or anything intentions you're putting out there. A T-square occurs when 3 planets in the same modality, cardinal, fixed or mutable, but put pressure on one another. And while each of these planets is fighting to get their way, the planet at the apex will always win out in the end. So Saturn in Pisces is at the apex of this full moon, making it the one to pay attention to. So you have a choice between weaponising your emotions with the moon, or activating your anger with Mars, or turning the other cheek with Saturn. So that's what you want to be trying to do, is turn the other cheek during conflicts this week. Choose widely. It's best to focus on practices that encourage emotional healing and self-reflection. So that is a bit about this month's energies of the full moon. But there's often things that are not necessarily... normally it's the wrong way around. Everyone tries to do what you're meant to do at the new moon at the time of the full moon. So 10 things you should and shouldn't do during a full moon. So just to recap a little bit. In astrological terms, the moon phases begin with the new moon, or could be called the dark moon, and end with the full moon. Meaning at the end of the lunar cycle is a time when the seeds of intention you planted have started to bloom. It's almost as if the universe tells us to stop, or at least slow down for a few days to learn about the path we're on and course correct if necessary. So a chance to reevaluate and reprogram this internal sat-nav. But what's very interesting is most people are actually unconsciously aligned with this energy anyway, tending to evaluate, assess, cleanse and charge around the monthly full moon. Most people get that right because they'll put the crystals out to charge. But to become more consciously aware and utilise the moon's power, we'll give even more intention and able to enhance the powers of the moon even more. So, rituals, if you want to call them that, are things that you should, 7 things you can do with the full moon. Cleanse your space. Charge your crystals. Meditate on the full moon. See, the full moon is a massive amount of energy. It gives us access to some really inspiring moments of self-reflection. What better way to grow in peace with this than in meditation? And don't worry, when people say meditation, a lot of people can get flustered. But it really means just to try and allow the quiet mind. Getting rid of the chaos the mind can do with overthinking. So, this power of the moon allows us to connect with the more intuitive, unconscious parts of ourselves if we want. You might find your meditations are deeper and more fulfilling around the time of the full moon, as it's at its fullness. But also, dancing to release energy. Or moving with some music. So if you can get your body moving for a bit, just enjoy letting it loose, allowing the energy that's kept up inside to go. It's also time for letting go of emotional baggage. So it's simply the best time for letting go of things that are not in alignment with your higher self. So sometimes, though, we don't realise what's not working for us until we take a moment to pause or evaluate a situation. So it's during those realisations that you know really what to let go of and what's not really worth fighting for anymore and what's you've got no interest in. So if an issue comes up that doesn't sit right with you in your heart, it's time to let it go. It's also a good time for checking your to-do list. Not then seeing and getting frustrated for what you haven't done, sort of thinking, yeah, I've done that. Okay, now we need to be concentrating more in this area. And it's time for chilling out for a bit, having a breath, fresh air. The things not to do during a full moon. A lot of people think they've got to start, it's a good time for starting something. No. The new moon is time for starting something. You really want to be very careful not to overreact to situations during the full moon as well. And don't make any rash decisions. So, how to use the full moon? Again, another little bit of a recap. Full moon has captivated and inspired humans for, probably beginning of time. What exactly does it represent on a spiritual level? I guess how it might impact your emotions and behaviour. So let's talk about harnessing the power of the full moon and a few simple things that you can do. So spiritually, the full moon symbolises deep emotions, completion, and spiritual growth. As I've already mentioned, emotions can be extreme during full moons, and the full moon energy can manifest in different ways. You may feel creative, anxious, sensitive, or exhausted. When the moon is full, focus on celebrating what you've accomplished, feeling grateful for the good things in life, and letting go of the things that don't serve you, not kicking yourself for what you haven't done. So, full moon, as I've said, symbolises a time of release and completion. It marks the end of the monthly moon cycle, and it reflects something similar in a spiritual sense. It's the combination of positive energy after a period of work or effort. The full moon is the perfect time to look back on what you've accomplished during the past month and enjoy the fruits of your labour. So during the full moon, it's perfect to let go of things, as I've already said, that no longer serve you, so that you can start the next month refreshed. When I say next month, I meant the next month's cycle, not necessarily the next month, because although this time round we have got the full moon at the end of a month, it can be anywhere within the month. Full moon also represents emotional and spiritual growth. See, the moon's connected to all things, emotional, and represents the deepest part of ourselves, our spiritual nature and subconscious mind. So on a spiritual level, your intuition, creativity, and emotions are generally running a lot higher during the full moon. The emotions that come to the surface can provide a lot of insight. They reflect what you're dealing with spiritually. A lot of you will be aware the full moon has specific meanings in astrology too. It symbolises emotions, the cyclical nature of all things, and feminine energy. But the effects. So I've said about the emotions. You may feel unusually extreme, or the emotions feel unusually extreme during this full moon. Full moon energy can manifest in different ways. So I've already mentioned the creativity, or anxious, sensitive, exhausted. And they're all normal. Everyone's different. So just try to gently remind yourself that any extreme emotions you're experiencing will pass. Full moon is the perfect time to sit with whatever emotions come to the surface. They're a reflection of what you're currently experiencing on a spiritual level. And the full moon energy can make it difficult to sleep soundly. The moon is powerful enough. I'm just going to comment on something that I've noticed recently, which isn't normal. If we look outside at the minute, it's pretty dark, even though it's the full moon. If anyone disagrees with that, please say, because I wouldn't mind knowing for what part of the world you're in or whatever. But it's pretty dark for a full moon. But I've noticed for the last 2 month cycles, on the new moon, where there's no light reflection, it's been really light. On the full moons, it's been pretty dark. I don't know what that means at the minute, but for the last 2 months, that seems to have been a cycle. Or maybe 3. It was like caught my attention about 2 months ago. So I don't know quite what's going on there. And when I do, I will comment more. But just if anyone else says, no, it's really bright where I am, I wouldn't mind knowing. Because we are, we've got the full moon, I can see the moon, I've already looked at it. Yeah, it's pretty dark outside. So I can't work out why on the new moon, when it's dark, it's actually light. So I just said, something is going on. And I said it's an earthly something from those that control the world trying to do something. But I better not talk about that any further on here. Could I rumble? Yeah, see, the full moon, if you think back, childhood, whatever, full moon was always really, really bright. Always. But the full moon energy can make it difficult to sleep. I forgot where I got to now because I got distracted. And the moon is powerful, like I said before, it affects the oceans. So it makes sense that it might also affect us at a deeper level too, because we're made up probably of water. And research indicates that our natural circadian rhythms may somehow be in tune with the phases of the lunar cycle. So when the moon is shining bright in the sky, people tend to go to sleep later and sleep less than when the moon's light is waning. So if you have trouble sleeping during a full moon, create a nighttime ritual, something that relaxes you more before going to bed. Gentle stretching. Something different to your normal routine. But don't worry, how long does the full moon energy last? 3 days before, so we've already had it for 3 days, and 3 days after. So yes, scientifically speaking, the moon is only 100% illuminated for an instant when the sun and moon are exactly opposite one another, which was 4:16 this morning. The full moon energy builds up all month, though, and it generally lasts for about 3 days before and after the moon peaks in the sky. So if you want to harness the full energy for manifesting, you can aim to do this over a 6-day period. Although, if you're listening from me, there's only 3 days left. So, set your intentions now for the coming month. Spend some time reflecting on the past month. Did you accomplish your goals or get close? What worked and what didn't? Which relationships lifted you up? Which ones dragged you down? And based on the reflections, start crafting the intentions you want to set for the coming month. So, you might recommit yourself to the projects and relationships that are important to you. Give yourself permission to let go of the negative emotions, thoughts, and projects that aren't serving you. Try reciting full moon affirmations. Start the new moon with positive energy. Or moon ritual, which could be just listening to someone like me once a month, or twice a month if you're using the once a month for full moon, but twice a month if you're taking part of the new moon as well. So a full moon ritual could be anything you want it to be. It could be elaborate or simple. If you want something simple, could just be go for a hike under the moonlight once a month. Or you can take a purifying bath and add salt to it once a month. Whatever you decide, spend a few minutes basking in the moonlight before you begin. A journal, which I've been doing with the ones that are on Zoom with me. They've been doing it for a couple of months now. This would be their ritual where they're learning to or are harnessing the energies more. For meditating under the full moon, literally, meditation is about relaxing. Relaxing your body, emptying your mind of thoughts. If a thought does enter your mind, Tanya, as you'd mentioned, you can't meditate, then don't stress about them. Just examine the thought as objectively as you can. Try to let it go. So acknowledge it. And just you only need to try to meditate for 2 to 3 minutes when you initially start. That's totally fine. Start small. You can increase how long you meditate over time as you get used to doing it. So I'm not exactly the person that sits still very often. So although because of the work that I do, it's almost like clicking my fingers and I've turned off the mind to have to be able to tune in with spirit. So you don't have to have your eyes closed particularly to meditate. But it's easier to quieten the mind when you've got no visual stimulation. So it's about sitting still, empty that mind. And the easiest way of doing it is practicing gratitude. Often the mind shows us the negative things. So spending a few minutes writing down a list of what you're grateful for. And that can help you start to meditation, write down what keeps putting into your mind as well. So, meditation is useful under the full moon and releasing what no longer serves. Focusing on what you'd like to manifest on the next cycle. But definitely don't start anything new at this time. You don't do that on a full moon, that's for the new moon. And don't overwork or overstress. So therefore, don't make life-changing decisions either on a full moon. So let's have a quick look. I'll do it now. We'll have a quick look at what I believe is in store for us energy-wise this month. So let's look at the present, the challenges, the past, the recent past, the outcome if nothing else changes, path to the future, more about the energies, more about the situation of this cycle, any hopes and fears we need to be aware of, and the kind of outcome. And this is in general for the world. Reiterate what I've already said. Dum 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 dum. It's very dark, isn't it, sweetheart, out there?
It's very dark.
So then, so at present, okay, it's very important at the moment to make sure you kind of give and release things rather than taking things. And don't take new projects on board just yet. It's time for contemplating where you are. And that's pretty much the challenge. Most people miss it. Clear that mind. Be positive. Respect all that you've done. So time of meditation and contemplation. That's important if you want to use the moon's energy. But you need to be having confidence in what you've already done. And that really is the key to your success. If you look back in the past, all of you, it's a reminder, if you're going to achieve anything, you need confidence and positivity. So yes, right now, in the last couple of days, and the next couple of days, it's time to release negativity. It's time, as the moon then starts to wane, that we build our energy back up, ready to start the new on the new moon. So, although it's the evaluation stage at the moment, the next bit is then recharging. Really putting everything in order, ready to go, whoa, full of the head out on the new moon, which is in 14 days. So, whether you like it or not, energy is going to keep moving forward. So, you need to be, at this time, having faith in your dreams. You need to be looking at the bigger picture. Everyone does in the world, if with his energies at the moment, rather than looking at and getting stuck in the mundane and the small things that actually probably have no interest at all. Not in the bigger picture anyway. Because that's how you're going to evaluate what needs to be released. So the path to the future. We don't know what the path is. Let's look at the bigger picture. So it is really time, more than ever, to look at the bigger picture, especially as we're coming towards the end of the calendar year. So instead of looking at moon cycle, we look at a yearly cycle next month where you'd evaluate what do I want to do next year so that then in January you can jump straight ahead. So it's just like the month cycle, there is a yearly cycle. So right now, more about the now. Expect powerful changes. There will be changes that you want or ones that you're kind of ignoring that will still happen anyway. But right now, make sure you bring love into all situations rather than anger. And don't react. And that's about don't letting our ego, don't let our pride get in the way. So the outcome for the next 14 days is the energy is going to be gaining momentum. Use it in unison with yourselves rather than working against what's going to happen anyway as the moon changes. We will talk specifically about energies of the particular of the astrological signs. I'm doing that more for you because I really don't pay attention too much for those because I feel that I can get much more from spirit giving me information than just generalising and grouping people together. That's more like a school classroom in my opinion, and I don't like that because everyone's unique, so everyone's got unique energies as well. So it's not as simple as just astrological signs in my opinion, but they do have a slight energy. So let's look at that next before I talk about journaling and go into the meditation. Catherine, that doesn't surprise me. Well, I would take straight away, as you said, the wheel. It's reminding you that everything's on a cycle. And at a minute, it's evaluating before that cycle then continues and comes back round. So, where are we? So, what effect does this moon have for each zodiac sign? So, the mutable signs: Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces. Talking to you now. You will feel the influence of conflict from this. What's that? From this moon the most directly. So you need to keep your ideas to yourself unless you have something important to say or valuable to add to the conversation. So I was just seeing what Spirit will take me, because I'm changing slightly what I've written already. So, yeah, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces. Keep your ideas to yourself unless you have something important to say or valuable to add to a conversation. And you'll find that there's a heightened urge to assert dominance and control. We're tempting to get involved in what's being discussed, especially if you have plenty to say on the matter. But rather than getting caught up in a conversation going nowhere, you're being called to trust your inner compass. The truth has been in you all along. You don't need approval from anyone else to validate what's right for you. I should be aware, the next couple of days, you don't need approval from anyone to validate what's right for you. And you'll notice as the moon leads up then to the new moon that you'll be pouring love back into yourself. Now, Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn. Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn. You can make the most of this full moon by making physical changes to your space and yourselves. If you've been feeling stuck or unmotivated lately, it might be a good time to declutter, remove things. That could be physically or emotionally. So someone's on in front of me that resonates with big time on Zoom, and he's laughing. Right. Don't hesitate to ask for help when someone close to you, understands what's going on through. You go around through it. Let me start that again. So don't hesitate, Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, to ask for help from someone you're close to who understands what you're going through, as they can help ease some of your burden. And you can ease your burden just by speaking. This full moon will form a soft trine placement to transformative Pluto in Capricorn. Now, that means amongst the chaos, there is clarity in what needs to happen next. You might see chaos, but you can also see clarity and why. So don't waste your breath arguing or feeling frustrated with people or situations. Embrace the people and communities and celebrate with what you've got that's good in life. Now, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. You should thank your lucky stars that this full moon is skipping over you. None of the major aspects during this lunation involve fixed sign energy, which is probably for the best. As a fixed sign, you like to do things your way. But this full moon in Gemini has the power to alter the perception of reality. You may be enlightened about certain things over the next few days and advised to proceed with caution. Not everything is as it seems. And whatever is being brought up is a test of your ability to be discerning. Things you choose to endorse or speak about hold weight this week. So if someone tries to pull you into their mess, avoid getting involved unless you know all the facts. Consider yourself an observer of what's unfolding during this moon cycle, especially in the next week. So there's a bit about for your moon, for you moon people or astrology people out there. Have signs. Right then. So, journaling. Journaling for the full moon. I'll give you some prompts. So if you want to get a bit of paper, any of you that are going to take part, and other ones in Zoom will be. I'll give you some prompts for expressing gratitude, reflecting on your life's experiences, and embracing and uplifting the creative energy. So during the full moon, give yourself time to focus solely on your own inner world. You might journal under the full moon or create a safe, sacred space. Okay, if you're going to be doing it later, you choose candles, essential oils, crystals, anything else that feels good to you. So it's time for journaling is to take a break from the hustle of daily life, going within and discovering the beauty of your own inner world. Some of this will come from the journaling beforehand, that's to try and clear some onto the mind, and then some will just come naturally during the meditation that I guide you through. So, here's some prompts for you. What about my life am I grateful for right now? If you just write these down in bullet points, you can put something underneath it afterwards. So, what about my life am I grateful for right now? What has happened in the past month that I feel most grateful for? And by month, well, you can think calendar month at the moment, but often if the full moon is slap bang in the middle of the month, you'd be hovering over 2 months. So I'm talking moon phase months, so to speak, which is often 13. What obstacles and challenges have taught me meaningful life lessons recently? What obstacles and challenges have taught me meaningful life lessons recently? What do I appreciate about my own mind, body, and spirit? What do I appreciate about my own mind, body, and spirit? Tell you what, I will share this from my document so you can see it. For a moment, for those of you that are visual more than audible. What positive qualities do I possess that I especially love about myself? And what about this time of year makes me feel most grateful? What's one of my favourite memories from the past month? What do I appreciate most about that memory, moment in time? How does abundance show up in my daily life? And even if I'm not aware, even if I'm not where I ultimately want to end up, in what ways am I exactly where I'm meant to be at this moment? What's being fixed? What's going on? What's might not be what you want, but it's exactly where you're meant to be, and things will get better. So what have I manifested recently? An operation, Roger. But although that can be bad, it can actually be a good thing because then it's not causing any further problems. So it's different times to evaluate things like that, which is why I've said that aloud. What big miracles have shown up for me this past month? See, it could be seen as something negative, it could also be seen as a miracle. What tiny miracles show up in my world every single day? Could be, and you can reflect on guidance, thinking, okay. What signs and synchronicities have shown up in my outer world? What evidence do I see in my life of the universe always looking out for me? What are some visible and non-visible signs of the universal love? And then 10 positive affirmations that my soul most needs to hear in this moment. What does it mean to me to pause and surrender? Why is it important for me to take time to simply pause and just be? What are my favourite creative practices? How can I express my creative energy in a fun and soul nourishing way? What do I love most about my life right now, exactly as it is? What do I love most about myself right now, exactly as I am? You don't obviously need to fill out all of that. Those ones that resonate. Take some notes for those of you that are journaling. let's move on to the meditation. Now, the meditation today will be in 2 parts. You can do them together, or you'll then be able to segregate them out, because I'm going to do a full moon and a waning moon. So I will pause in the middle of it, because I will then produce it as 2 separate meditations for Rumble and YouTube. I've got to say, anyone that does anything YouTube-wise or anything like that, Rumble I started last night. Well, I started it yesterday daytime, but put something on it last night. I've already got put 2 videos on there. They're both monetized straight away. I've had more views on those 2 than I've had on Facebook on all my videos in a month, in less than 24 hours. So if you want things to be seen, I'd go on to Rumble, and also you can talk about what you wish on Rumble. There is no freedom of speech limited like there is here and on YouTube. You have to read between the h's there. So I really would recommend anyone to just join Rumble like you would YouTube. I'm going to start doing a lot more on Rumble, including some lives. Because then you're not restricted at all. And I can say everything I want to say or I'm given. Whereas Facebook, not like in personal readings, I can't always say exactly what's being given if it's contentious and Facebook wouldn't like it. Full moon meditation. The full moon is actually full tonight. So before you did this meditation, try and move somewhere briefly that you can just see the moon first. Or even better, while you're lying down. You don't have to be though, but just if you can see the moon first, it can be a benefit. Because that way, you can really imagine it's moonlight gracing your skin. It's the true period of the full moon. It's arguable whether it's 5 or 6 days, but 3 days either side. But this crisp moonlight is something that is said to cleanse the skin and detox the earth. See, if you notice this effect from the moon's rays, whenever you feel them, or under the moon, it's worth acknowledging. Now remember, the full moon is a time of celebration, fulfillment and gratitude. So even if you haven't reached your goals, the full moon invites you to pause and celebrate all the abundance that you have in your life. Full moon is also an ideal time to perform any ritual, I don't like the word, but magic work, if you like, of all kinds. And it's the most potent moon phase and affects us the most. I'll just say, magic or magique, as it's referred, in my opinion, there's nothing magic, so to speak. It's about intentions and belief. So if you're trying to perform anything, you shouldn't interfere in others' energies, but it's intention and belief. So that's how that works. So I'm talking about magic in a positive way, having your intentions and beliefs in what you're wanting and real belief and energy into what you're grateful for that's in your life. Okay? Because then you can harness the energy more. So it's not magic, it's actual energies are always around us anyway. It's just working with those energies, and we've got the word magic that's associated with it. But that's just so you've got a bit more of an understanding. The moon is completely full for about a minute. That was at 4:16 this morning. So aside from this 1 minute of total fullness, the moon is either at its peak, waxing, or waning. These peak phases are the most potent times for action or release. And as we're at the full moon energy and it's going to wane, that's why I'm going to do both these meditations for you in one go. I will separate them for the purpose of releasing them. So these peak phases are the most potent time for action or release. And that's something to keep in mind during this meditation, as it may change the time and purpose you decide to use meditation for as well. Just put into your mind before we start. Here's a mantra for the full moon. I am grateful for all that has come and all that is still coming to me. Now, there's a couple of crystals that can really help you with the full moon. There's obviously a lot more than the couple, and each month I talk about a couple more. Coincidences aren't coincidences. I've only written something very briefly earlier, and I've got Rainbow Moonstone. And Marie, who's a crystal expert, well, she would say she isn't, but she's a crystal expert compared to me, and what she doesn't know, she knows where exactly to find it. But she's given me, this is from her that I'm about to tell you, but she's given me Rainbow Moonstone as well. So we'll start with Rainbow Moonstone. Rainbow Moonstone, it has a calming energy, particularly when it comes to mental, emotional issues. It gently pushes back the dense energy we are holding within our aura. This gives space and welcomes relief to then identify where we may have succumbed to an overload of stress or worries. This makes sense to the meditation I did last night as well. That was all about releasing stress and worries. So I put a meditation up on frequency. It's a frequency of 852 hertz. It goes perfect with this, with the full moon. Okay, and that has been posted. But anyway, back to Rainbow Moonstone. Rainbow Moonstone has a calming energy, particularly when it comes to mental, emotional issues. It gently pushes back the dense energy we're holding within our aura. This gives space and welcome relief to then identify where we may have succumbed to an overload of stress and worries. Perhaps we've taken on more and more responsibilities, juggling too much in life, to the point we have overcommitted our time and energy. Rainbow Moonstone puts us back in touch with our intuition and brings issues to our attention in a gentle and honest way. Rainbow Moonstone aids your energy flow, which is great if you've been feeling stuck, restricted or stagnant. It can help prepare for movement by first getting your own energy and emotions in order. It often reveals information around you that you have overlooked. Because there's more than just the moon cycles. And then, moving on from Rainbow Moonstone, Snowflake Obsidian. Snowflake Obsidian brings a grounding energy which can help stabilise the mind and emotions. Yet it also allows connection and receiving of psychic and spiritual information. Let's go straight back to the meditation from last night on 852 hertz. So Snowflake Obsidian brings grounding energy which can help stabilise the mind, emotions. Yes, it also a connection and receiving of psychic and spiritual information, particularly in the form of visions or seeing situations more clearly. Snowflake Obsidian brings balance back and helps us recalibrate and refocus. In order to do this, we first need to find peace and nurture a solid foundation from within. This crystal can help take those ideas and inspirations and put them into action rather than procrastinating. It can also help tame overthinking and scattered thoughts. Meditating with Snowflake Obsidian can help relieve what blockage or self-placed restrictions we've built up around our energy field. You may be holding you back, or they may be holding you back in achieving your dreams and aspirations. So the full moon, perfect time for looking within. So there's two crystals for the full moon, Snowflake Obsidian, Rainbow Moonstone, which goes hand in hand with using them for a meditation. So a full moon meditation. If you'd like to sit comfortably, taking a few deep breaths. Try to be somewhere that you're not going to get disturbed by anyone or anything for about 20 minutes. Begin. Take a long, slow and deep breath in. Breathing out and relaxing. Please close your eyes. Take another long, slow, deep breath in. Breathing out and relaxing. I am grateful for all that has come and all that is still coming to me. Know that whatever you feel during this meditation is okay for you. So just allow yourself to experience whatever comes or whatever doesn't. While you focus on your breathing, Just know, when the moon is full, it's in perfect alignment with the sun. So that is reflecting a filtered light towards you and the earth below. Many cultures across all times and all of the world believe that the full moon cleanses all that it touches. So although you may not be directly in the full moon, it penetrates everything to the deepest aspects of the ocean. So wherever you are, even if indoors, just feel that full moon light and energy coming through all physical obstacles between you and it, and feel those moon's rays on your body. Allow yourself to become cleansed today, removing any old stuck negative energies, becoming fresh and renewed for the new month ahead. Begin to breathe deeply once more. The slower you can inhale, the more fully you can breathe. And as we can control our breath, we can control our energy. The slower you exhale, the more relaxed you become. So inhale, cleansing energy, and exhale, relaxing. Inhale, feel the full moon beaming above you and onto you. Hold for a moment and exhale, relax. Pause for a moment and then inhale. Imagine the moon round and full, its rays coming down onto you. Pause for a moment, then exhale, relaxing. Pause, then inhale. See the moon shining so brightly that it's almost hard to look at. Then pause. And exhale into deeper and deeper relaxation. Feeling oh so relaxed, oh so energized. The energizing coming with each inhale and the relaxing deeper and deeper with each exhale. The rays of the moon, you can feel that they began to cleanse you. They started on the surface of your skin. You could feel that. Now feel how the impurities and toxins are slowly moving, coming loose and flowing. The moon, it's high above you, but it feels so close because you can feel its energies like you can the sun's on a hot day, but without the heat, just the tingling. Your skin is being cleansed by the moonlight. So dropping all thoughts of your personal problems now, feel these worries and concerns melting away under the moonlight. Each troublesome thought that arises about your life or your day, give it away to the moonlight. Let it leave you on each exhale. On each inhale, you're building the energy to blow those worries and fears, troubles and thoughts away. You're allowing yourself to become cleansed today, removing old, stuck, negative energies. Feel yourself with your inhale becoming fresh and renewed for the next moon cycle ahead, the next month ahead. And begin to breathe deeply once more. The slower you inhale, remember, the more fully you can breathe. The slower you exhale, the more relaxed you become. Inhale, cleansing energy. Exhale, relaxing. Inhale, that clearing energy, and exhale, relaxing. Allowing each troublesome thought that arises to be given away to the moonlight. Feeling the moon gladly taking your troubles away. Use this moment of opportunity under the full moon to let it go completely. Your mind is easily clearing out old ways of thinking. This is a magical evening. Enjoy this cleansing process. Feel your body renewing in this full moon. Each tiny cell is in the full process of regeneration. You can feel the old cells being shed, opening space for new cells to flourish. Old memories, stuck thoughts and patterns, dispersing, leaving room for new thoughts, passions and happiness to grow and flourish as well. Now allow yourself to release any and all obstacles that have stood in your way. Now is the opportunity, under the full moon, to let go of any hindrances that have become trapped in your own nature. Finally, feel yourself breaking through anything that has held you back. All barriers that you couldn't see over them before, they're crumbling to the ground as you feel free as a bird flying above it all. Imagine the moon shining so brightly above you, and allow this bright energy from the moon shining down on you. Allow it to open you up on all levels of your awareness. Feel any stagnant energy coming unstuck. You're beginning to clearly see a new vision coming through to you. A vision that you may have had before, perhaps that it was once lost. Could be a new vision entirely. But this newfound vision is greater than anything you have ever seen before. What do you see in your pure vision? Do you see yourself accomplishing great things? Perhaps you're fully healthy and vibrant. Making amazing advancements in your life or career. Having meaningful connections with people who believe in you. Let the magic of the moonlight fill you with new ideas towards a better life. You deserve to let go the old in order to usher in the new. Imagine yourself gazing up at the moonlight. See the moon and its giving nature. Know that it's blessing you with this cleansing session. Know that this full moon will return for you next month, ready to take away all that holds you back once more. So breathe in deeply, feeling like a new version of you. You can stay in this peaceful state for as long as you wish. When you're ready to come back, thank the moon for the release of the love that is shown and shared with you. Take one big deep breath in and out. Open your eyes. Connect with your body. And write down any information that you receive. As you come back to the conscious mind, once more, welcome back. Taking a few deep breaths. Try to be somewhere that you're not going to get disturbed by anyone or anything for about 20 minutes. Begin. Take a long, slow and deep breath in. Breathing out and relaxing. Please close your eyes and then take another long, slow, deep breath in. Breathing out and relaxing. Know that whatever you feel during this meditation is okay for you. So just allow yourself to experience whatever comes or whatever doesn't. While you focus on your breathing, just know it's the waning moon. This invites you to release anything that no longer serves you and to accept your current situation as it is. This energy requires you to reevaluate previous desires, letting go of expectations you might have control of the current situation. this waning moon that it's about to step into is a potent reminder that the universe doesn't always work on our timeline. Things might look or feel out of control, but it all has a purpose. Beyond the harsher side of letting go, the waxing moon has a soft side of acceptance of what is. So through this phase, which the moon is stepping into, things might feel quite active as it comes around. It is actually more passive. So you're being invited to imagine these waves, continuing to gently remove what needs to go, these waves of moonlight, and to love and accept everything that remains. Begin to breathe deeply once more. The slower you can inhale, the more fully you can breathe. And as we can control our breath, we can control our energy. The slower you exhale, the more relaxed you become. So inhale and exhale. Inhale. Hold for a moment. And exhale. Pause for a moment. And then inhale. Pause for a moment. Then exhale. Pause. Then inhale. Then pause. And exhale into deeper and deeper relaxation. Feeling oh so relaxed. And the relaxing deeper and deeper. The rays of the moon, they started on the surface of your skin. You could feel that. The moon, it's high above you, but it feels so close because you can feel its energies like you can the sun's on a hot day. But without the heat, just the tingling. Releasing what no longer serves you and accepting yourself as you are. Say in your mind, I release what no longer serves me and accept myself perfectly as I am. And say in your mind, waning moon, I ask you to show me what needs to go and what needs to stay. And begin to quieten the mind now, once more. Become aware just of your breathing. Begin once more, sending each inhale deep into your belly. And begin extending your inhale. Pausing before extending your exhale and pausing. And continuing that cycle. Knowing that as you extend your inhales and exhales, the intention of being shown what needs to go and what needs to stay becomes stronger. Visualize a soft pink light coming down now from the moon. It's weaving all around you. imagine this soft pink light is whisking you away into just its light, its pink moonlight, so that it can cleanse any stagnant energy, old beliefs and cords. The cords connected to other people and things can no longer serve you. Feel these severing from you as you rotate slowly, peacefully in this pink light, as if this light from the moon has picked you up, is embracing you with its love. And this light join between the moon and the earth. His light is pouring, no longer serves you, into the earth itself, so it can be transformed into useful energy for someone else. Feel all that no longer serves you, leaving your body as you float in this pink moonlight, knowing that it's transforming that energy directly into the earth for someone else, and that you can be grateful for all that you're left with. You may find that some things stay that you really wanted to go and leave. That's okay. So just feel this soft pink light now surrounding you like a soft cloud of love, showing you what's remaining inside. The moon wishes you to help yourself by loving yourself and accepting yourself where you are right now. You can ask the moon, universe, or any energies you wish to help you to love and accept yourself where you are right now. You can even say aloud or in your mind, waning moon, I ask you to help me love and accept myself where I am right now. And let that thought of acceptance and love for yourself continue as you focus on your breath. Breathing in, love. And breathing out, love. At one with the energy of the moon. And know that you're accepting yourself where you are, loving yourself where you are. So this love that you're breathing in from the moon, be open and receptive now to receiving love and acceptance as being shown a method to help you. So with each breath in, receive his loving messages of love and acceptance, and trust any sensations that you feel. Trust these sensations you experience as truth as you continue to focus on your breath. So stay in this loving space now for a few minutes. Enjoy breathing in the moonlight as it cloaks you in its pink, warm love, re-energizing you. Release any control of your breath. Just stay in this peaceful state of acceptance. You can stay in this peaceful state for as long as you wish. When you're ready to come back, thank the moon for the release of the love that is shown and shared with you. Take one big deep breath in and out. Open your eyes. Connect with your body. And write down any information that you receive. As you come back to the conscious mind, once more, welcome back. So, hope you enjoyed that. So that completes our full moon talk and meditation. So lots of love to all of you on Facebook. Take care. Have a great month ahead.